Yeah, this one's gonna be scraping the bottom of the barrel, so bear with us. We're gonna have nostalgia for 2 years ago. If you thought 2016 nostalgia was bad, this is even worse. So, 2024 today we're talking about. It's funny because like every road I feel like in analyzing modern like popular music, or not every road, but a great majority of them leads back to 2024 for some reason. So today we're gonna take a look back and look at the big monumental events that happened during that year in popular music, why it was randomly like the climax of modern popular music, I guess. Weirdly enough, both of the videos that we've done dedicated to your analysis of were years that Trump got elected, so let's get into it.
All right, let's dive into our autopsy of 2024 by going on to Rate Your Music, where I also happen to be a cave dweller with everyone else. Give my terrible takes on music.
Leaking the account right now.
No, what? It's been long enough. We've had people ask. If you want it, it's right there.
You can see it.
If you can zoom in, I'm not going to say it out loud.
I don't know if it's even focused. People aren't even going to be able to see it.
But let's start by just going down this list. This is actually a fun fact that we've talked about briefly before. In the peak of Imaginal Disc going so crazy, we actually saw them live. They performed at a homecoming event at our school.
Our college, or our university, I guess.
And we did stand
for 2 hours
at the front of the gate so that when they showed up, we had front row seats, and we did make eye contact with them multiple times.
Yeah.
And they did sign some stuff.
Yeah. Randomly, some like corny ass like band pulled out of our homecoming at the last second. I don't even remember who it was.
I can't remember.
It was someone that people knew. Like people around us were like, "Oh yeah, I'm so sad that they had to pull out and shit." And we were like, "What, dude? Magdalena Bay is coming here."
We're like,
you're number one on Rate Your Music. You guys don't understand. Like they're goated.
Are you guys not
to Rate Your Music?
our album of the year?
Yeah, for real. They're number one on Album of the Year too. It's a crazy accomplishment. You guys just don't understand. Anthony Fantano, we gave him like an 8 out of 10. This is crazy shit, you know? So yeah, we did that. We stood in the empty field in front of our like university capitol for 2 hours so we could get perfect tickets. And we saw this crazy like We Are Young ass band open for them.
Not good. I tried to be nice because, you know, we were at the front.
People were looking pissed off because it was legitimately a bunch of Rate Your Music dwellers like in the front. But there was so many like greasy, disgusting, like cave dwelling Rate Your Music. Actually, I don't even want to say rate. They probably were Album of the Year people because it gave more Album of the Year type of vibes where they were like.
It's a 97 out of 100 actually.
Yeah,
It's like because they were like being really cringe. Oh my god! Literally, one person was like, "Did you know that they got like they're the highest rated album on like all this stuff or whatever?" And I remember I was like, "Oh brother!"
Yeah, like,
I was like,
crazy. But shout out because there was one guy in the front who wasn't just like a clout, you know, performtive Rate Your Music.
Oh no, he was
dude.
like the biggest.
There's
fan
one
of all
dude
time.
who I want to say Happy Pride Month to, but there was one dude that knew word for like bar for bar. He was bar for bar with Mika, just going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
They were looking at each other. Actually, she didn't look at him as much as like I thought she should for how close he was and how like he clearly knew every word.
Oh, they were so good.
Yeah, they were really good though.
Her voice was so incredible live, and their performance was fantastic.
Oh, also we got signed shit from them too.
So all that to say, we obviously love this album. I feel like it has like a very personal connection because of that. Like I thought that was just so awesome.
For
like
sure.
Getting that experience in like the midst of their hype was just so crazy.
Yeah.
I do consider this to be like a perfect record. Like I know really hot take, but I actually do think this is like a 10 out of 10. Like it's so addicting to listen to. You just keep playing it over and over and over, and you pick up something new each time.
And that's how a lot of people felt, obviously, from it being number one on like Rate Your Music and in Album of the Year and shit like that. Like it's really interesting because I feel like, you know, really going into this album first was like, this year really was a year where pop music just completely took over. I feel like this was the turning point where it was like bubbling up and bubbling up. I feel like this just obsession and hunger that people have for pop music, like now, today, like
I think it's because like a direct result of 2020.
I don't want to say like this was like just some explosion that came out of nowhere. I think it was like bubbling and bubbling, but I think this solidified the way that we were gonna go. There was this narrative before this point where people were like, oh, country music is the next big thing or whatever, or like everything's gonna be country and shit, in like the midst of rap kind of dying off as like the #1 genre. For a long time we're like, oh, it's gonna be country. I don't know if Morgan Wallen dropped this year. I think Post Malone definitely made a big...
In 2024?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter, but like this was the year that was like, nope, it's gonna be just straight up pop music. It's not surprising that straight up pop music would be the most popular genre. It's literally popular music, but it also dominates the zeitgeist. It dominates what people people talk about, I feel like, for the most part in music, what people consume for the most part in music. And I feel like it is also like a gateway to get into music for a lot of people. Much like, you know, when I was younger, rap was the biggest genre and that's what got me into music. So I feel like the zeitgeist really was solidified in this year, and Magdalena Bay is like a deeper cut, I'll say, than something like Brat or something like Midwest Princess or something like Short and Sweet, you know what I mean? Still, like, it shows that these pop roots went all the way down to like the quote unquote underground. And it was even the most talked about, the most hyped thing there too. It's a really interesting, just holistic domination that happened this year. And obviously there's more, you see like the Gordy Griep thing on there too, like people talk about that and shit, like, but just one under, it's fucking Brat. Like just one under there, it's fucking Brat, just another one.
And
so
Anthony
it's like,
Fantano gave that a 10. So
yeah. It's not just like little girls and like middle-aged women who were into it. It's literally like on Rate Your Music. Brat and Magdalena Bay. Yeah, the music people gave it the cosign too, which to me doesn't mean anything, but I'm just saying, like, in service of a holistic takeover, it did happen. It's documented here and on fucking, I don't go on album of the year because it repulses me, but like, that's like the number one point that I want to drive home to. Yeah. There is a number two point that's pretty crazy, but this came to kind of a culmination at the Academy Awards for this year. Beyonce. I feel like a lot of people going into this wanted Beyonce to win it just because she had never won Album of the Year at the Academy Awards, even though she is the most awarded artist. And the year before, there was also like all this crazy hype because Jay-Z was like, it's kind of crazy that you're denying, you know, you're giving her all this shit, but the real big thing, like, that's kind of crazy. Like, the optics on that, like, it looks kind of crazy.
Even if you just look at what was up for Album of the Year, obviously there's gonna be a lot of pop records that get nominated for Album of the Year. It's not a matter of Rate Your Music taste, because like Magdalena Bay didn't get a nod, so like that's insane.
And to be fair, like, I get that they weren't gonna be up for Album of the Year. It's crazy they didn't get anything.
That
like maybe they didn't submit or some shit.
And yes, Cowboy Carter, I'm not saying Cowboy Carter's not a country record. I would say it has country like stylings and songs on there, but she is still a pop girl. You know what I mean? Beyonce's 100%. Still a mainstream pop artist, and so for that reason, it's not like stupid to be like she's included with all these other women for the year. And this was such an interesting time to be on Stan Twitter, let me tell you, because the girls were going crazy because Ariana Grande didn't get nominated.
That's the thing. And there's also, you have to remember that Ariana should have been part of this conversation too. So that's how stacked this year was for like literally the big blockbuster pop girls.
But instead we had to nominate literally the worst album I've ever heard.
Yeah. And it's no shade to Jacob Collier. It's no shade to Jacob Collier. It's more advice to you. If you are going through something in your life, like if you have some kind of
mania or like underlying like psychotic disorder.
Oh my God.
And you feel like, you know, you're at peace with your life and like all that's treated, do not turn that record on.
No.
It will awaken something crazy in you. And even if you're a normal person, it might, like, that's how dangerous that record is.
Terrible album art too. Terrible album art.
If you think that album art is bad, you should listen to the music. Like,
I literally don't even know how, because like I know like there's people out there who will like be ride or die for this man. Like,
no.
Yes, like
no, dude, for his TED Talk.
I'll see like comments on things where people are like, he just gets way overhated. He's actually a really good artist.
It's because people watch his fucking TED Talks.
And it's like, girl, this is not this is hardly music. This is just sound. Like, this is just like sound assaulting you.
It's
no matter what you think about these albums,
no,
Andre.
Hold up.
No matter what you think of these.
New Blue Sun is just sound. That is like aggressive, like weaponized, like
weaponized sound.
Like not Midnight Sun by Zara Larsson. The album, the Andre 3000 album, New Blue Sun. That is just sound. I actually like it decently. I'm just kidding. Like I'm not like shitting on him, but that one is just sound. The Jesse is like weaponized
violence.
Yeah,
really violence.
Yeah, it's like warfare, chemical warfare. That's some crazy shit that was legitimately one of the worst albums I've ever. Not even like not even hating on him. Like legitimately like one of the craziest albums I've ever heard in my life. So fucking weird.
It's like, imagine the whitest white boy you know who was like, I'm really into world music.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, worldly ass white dude.
And in your back of your mind, you're like, oh God, no. And that's what it is.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was just finishing up our next masterpiece. But since you're here, this gives us a good time to talk about the 322 Deluxe. Get that right. There we go. 322 Deluxe. Now, nobody has been buying the membership, but that's okay. Maybe we just didn't explain it well enough. Please buy the membership. With 322 Deluxe, you get access to our unfiltered reactions to singles, albums, and they're the year's hottest albums. And this summer is going to be a packed summer for hot Pop Girl album. So now is a good time as ever to get the membership. Also, if you don't want to open your wallet for a membership, understandable, just hit the subscribe button. We can stop begging. Subscribing is free, and also it makes it so we can get monetized on our videos so we don't have to plug this as much. But that being said, there are already hours and hours of incredible reaction content on 322 Deluxe already, such as unfiltered reaction to the new Kim Petras record Detour, our hilarious reaction to the new Drake album Maid of Honor, and last but not least, the Ray reaction. And if you still need some more convincing, here are some hilarious moments from our And if you still need more convincing, here are some hilarious moments from some of our past reactions.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty funny, wasn't it? You gotta admit it. And if you loved that, don't forget that there's even more exclusive perks with becoming a 322 member. For example, you'll get a cute little badge next to your name of the iconic 322 logo, and you'll also get Shoutouts by yours truly, Noah and Justin of the 322. And if you are yearning for even more content from us, you can also feel free to check out the 322 FM, which is our podcast where we talk about Euphoria and all other things not music related that we would otherwise love to share with you. So you should check that out and subscribe. Bye! And then there's randomly like a bunch of artists on here who are like, what are you doing here? Shawn Mendes was on this, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Shawn Mendes.
Brandi Carlile, I think, was on here.
I think Casey Musgraves was on it.
Casey Musgraves, that sounds right. There's a lot of crazy people where I was like, who, what, why? Apparently he performs at like stuff for like the Grammys.
Yeah, he's an Academy dude.
And so it's like, oh, of course he got nominated. And that's what's so funny is it's like, you can say what you want about the Pop Girls. I don't know if they're performing at like the Grammys in-house like events or whatever.
And yeah, and in addition to that, he had been up for Album of the Year before.
100,000 Voices is kind of one of the most terrible songs.
Just imagine how scary that sounds. Like, it is literally that scary. It's literally that scary.
Even AI Overview doesn't want to give me any information.
It literally sounds like an analog horror.
Yeah, Shawn
like
Mendes, John Mayer, Lizzie McAlpine.
Oh.
I was like, what?
Maybe it's Lizzie McAlpine.
John
I was
Legend,
thinking
Tori
of.
Kelly, Brandi Carlile, yep.
Maybe it was Lizzie
Michael McDonald. I like
Bro,
literally.
this is not, okay, yeah, we have to get off to Jesse.
At one point I swear I blacked out.
No more to
All right.
Jesse, get off it.
So let's go back. Brat obviously was the most poignant. Like if you're gonna dip your head in 2024, just like in a pool of 2024, you're gonna see Brat Green. That's gonna be the first vision that comes to you.
Yeah, and that kind of begins going into that every kind of hallmark of a cultural domination kind of happened, but it was through a bunch of different. So like Brat was like this aesthetic kind of takeover and this like idealistic takeover that happened through the album. And usually that shit just happens like once a year. But in addition, we also had not one mega rise to power of a breakout artist. We had two. We had Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter. And before you say they've been around for a long time, no one gives a shit. Like no one,
this is the year that
no
they took
one gave
over.
a fuck about them
No, this
before
is the year
this year.
Because we had Espresso and we
yeah.
had Pink Pony Club, Hot to Go, Good Luck Babe all came out, or not came out, but they
were acknowledged.
Acknowledged. I mean, Good Luck Babe did come out that year.
But yeah, no one gave a shit. And then they went from like literally zero to domination. Literally unescapable. The place that I worked, I actually heard Chappell Roan a lot more, honestly. Like now, like Sabrina Carpenter, I think, has kind of taken like the top spot just because she is way more like prominent. I feel like you see her more, she releases more music and shit. But Chappell Roan, oh my God, unescapable this year. Like you could not go anywhere without hearing 5 Chappell Roan fucking songs. Jeez. Like, and it's like, it's crazy that there was 2 extreme rises to power. 2. And then Brat on top of that. And you could say Charlie, like no one gave a fuck about her before, like Brat. That is like just not true. Because the thing about it is like, obviously she wasn't this huge mega celeb that she is now, but she had a crazy cult fan base that was big and like substantial. And she was on like the Barbie soundtrack and shit. You know what I mean? And she had songs that people would know before this time. Like you don't even have to go as far back as Boom Clap. If you're a little TikTok 2020 pandemic head, maybe you remember Boys. Like, I don't know. There's like a lot of history with her that I think a lot of people would know about. So I wouldn't put her in that same classification as Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter because of that, even though they have all had careers that predate their explosion in 2024. But yeah, like going back to Brat though, this was just like, I think the cultural event in terms of music at least. It's almost like played, well, it is played out now. That's how hard it went. That's how you know some shit went hard, is it gets like so played out. But yeah, Brat, fucking crazy. Came out of nowhere. Charlie thought it was gonna be her flop album.
She's such a liar.
I kind of believe her.
She said just recently in an interview, they were like, do you ever worry about like following up on Brat? And she's like, no, I knew as soon as I released it, like I was never gonna be able to do that again. It's like, yeah, exactly. You did not
Dude,
think that
I think she changed the narrative. I think she changed the narrative. I feel like she changed the narrative on that one. Because the thing is, I don't think that Brat is like that much crazier than a lot of other Charlie albums.
No, I think it's on par 100% with How I'm Feeling Now and Charlie.
Yeah.
Like it's very on par. Like they're all like consistent, in my opinion.
I think that Brat takes the filter off a little bit as opposed to maybe Charlie. How I'm Feeling Now is pretty out there. I think that's the closest one to Brat that she's had. I just don't think there's a crazy like I don't even think Brat is like on, it's not even my favorite Charlie album, to be honest with you. Like I think it's a great album. I listen to it all the time. I love it. I think it's a great record. In terms of Charlie albums, like I just don't think this is like that much crazier. So it's funny that I think it's just like a marketing thing that really got it to the place it was and finally got her acknowledgement. And like now like shit's getting love. Like I think How I'm Feeling Now is getting a lot of love right now. In the wake of Brat, it got a lot of attention, especially Party for You. Obviously, I don't have anything else to say.
What's so crazy is also have some household names that I don't think ever reached the level of like Sabrina or Chappell, but from that year too, like Tate McRae.
Oh yeah.
And which yeah, she had songs before that. Like she had the song about all I wanna be so bad. Like I remember that from high school, but like I swear until like she had like Greedy and Origami or whatever, like that's when she really like was like the.
But I think she was
bee's
almost a
knees.
byproduct of people being like really invested in like
and that's
new
what I'm
pop
saying.
girls.
And then
Like,
the same thing goes for Gracie Abrams.
Yeah, and Gracie, yeah,
because
that's what I was
Gracie
gonna say.
Abrams, I had known songs from her before that time, but that's when everyone was like, "Get on the Gracie train, get on the Gracie."
Yeah.
Which also
like invest in Gracie.
and I think part of that is because of the Eras tour.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I think the same thing goes for Sabrina. I think she would have been a big success eventually no matter what, but I think the Eras tour like helped her get some of that exposure as well. And so I think that's how crazy that year is, because we also had the Eras tour going on, which was the biggest moment ever.
Hard to like pinpoint because so much shit happened, so it's hard to pinpoint exactly like why we are where we are right now, or like what caused that, or what was the biggest push for this like cultural shift. I think like arguably the Eras tour is probably one of them, because it like sold the most tickets. People who didn't really care about Taylor Swift even went to it. You know, it was just like the thing to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
especially that year, it was the thing to do.
And in hindsight, there's so many times where I've been in situations in classes or like at work or something, and someone will like mention the Eras tour, and then everyone suddenly is having this big conversation about what night they went to, and it's like what their surprise songs was. It's like everyone was there. And if you're in a room with 10 people, at least like 3 of those people went to the Eras tour, and that's how crazy it is.
Yeah. And she obviously put Sabrina Carpenter on that tour also, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said that already, but yeah, she put Sabrina on
And
that.
so crazy to think that in the midst of all that, that was going on. And then Tortured Poets obviously has like every record you can think of like for streaming, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but that was a humongous album is what I'm trying to say, because of
the tour,
yeah, because of the tour and because of like the hunger for Taylor Swift was just so massive. She also just won the Grammy for Album of the Year with Midnights.
Right. And also speaking of openers too, Chappell was an opener for Olivia.
Yes.
So
And
there's that too. And obviously Guts wasn't this year, but it was in the fall. So it was pretty close.
Leading up to it.
Yeah, it was leading up to it.
And like if you're like me and you're like a big Olivia fan, you had started to hear like, oh, this Chappell girl was like on the songs. And you're like, wait, she's on Lacey? Piquing your interest like me. Like I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then, you know, maybe I'll go listen to her music. For me, because I was still on Spotify this year, what really went crazy for me was the autoplay. Oh my God, guys, the autoplay this year was so bad. Every song I would listen to, the very next song would either be one of these 3. It was either Espresso or Good Luck Babe or Birds of a Feather. And I'm sorry, the Billy autoplay went nuts that year.
That's the thing.
As a non-Billy listener,
like, I feel like it's
that's what went
especially
crazy.
prominent if you're not listening to Billy and shit and you don't really like her that much. Or for any, it goes for any of those songs, I guess you could say. One of those is gonna piss you off that you're getting it auto-played all the time.
I'll always listen to Good Luck Babe. Like another addicting song.
Yeah,
like, where I just
it's like a
can't not
perfect
listen
song.
to.
Crazy that she knocked it so crazy, like out of the park.
That was like the best thing she could have done.
Yeah, and just with like
easily.
one song, it was just like she like solidified it. That's why she was inescapable. It's because she released one single that was just like a crazy heater, you know?
Like imagine if you just released like the most Kate Bush, like 80s infused 2020s combo.
With sensibilities and like messaging that I feel like would really appeal, especially to her demographic.
Yeah, especially like gay people.
Yeah, like bisexual women. And speaking of bisexual women, Billie Eilish, she also made a huge splash this year.
Oh yeah,
and had a legitimate.
Everyone lost their damn mind about "Hit Me Hard and Soft."
Yeah, everyone lost their mind about the mid-pack. But beyond that, Birds of a Feather really, I think, had a legitimate hold on the, you know, radio play, or not even radio play. Obviously, it's like, yeah, she
it's
does.
a very agreeable song.
These people do get crazy autoplay, but it's not like a Benson Boone situation or whatever, where people are just kind of clowning on it and shit and being like, oh, I hear this shit too much. Or like Ordinary, where it's like, oh my God, I hear this shit all the time. It's first time I throw it. Like people were legitimately, you know, rallying for Birds of a Feather, for Espresso, for Good Luck Babe. These were songs that legitimately people were passionate about and people listened to and people liked regardless of how crazy the autoplay was. And it's insane that we had that many songs that would easily be song of the year, easily be song of the summer, easily be song of whatever, that were just kind of constantly stepping on each other and stepping over each other. It's rare to see. That shit doesn't even happen nowadays. Like, you know, we're 2 years later.
Everything comes and goes.
Everything comes and goes. Like right now the chart is dominated by fucking Iceman.
Because like even the top songs right now, I just feel like none of them are really the moment. They might be getting streams, but it doesn't feel like everyone's really tapped into like what's going on. Just off the top of my head, we have Drake songs, and I listened to it. I haven't heard it since. I haven't heard any of the Iceman songs since. The Ariana Grande song, listened to it when it came out, haven't heard it since, and it's topping like number 2, number 3 up there. And then we also have Michael Jackson, of course. The fact that Michael Jackson is taking over the charts this year is so embarrassing for every other. Like, can you guys release something? Like, do something, please.
And to be fair, the other person that's really rallying, like right now, it's obviously Olivia in the wake of her album.
Well, we've yet to see really her chart position because
I think it'll be really, really strong because I think people are pretty hyped about it. The thing is, The Cure, it was like, honestly, I think in terms of a single, that was the best she could do. And it didn't really, I'm not saying it was a flop or whatever. I mean, I think culturally people really liked it. And within the fan base, it was something that people were really excited about. But chart wise, I mean, it did like, it peaked at like 5, maybe
Probably,
4 or 5. I don't think it matters. Like, I'm not trying to pocket watch Olivia. Like, the reason I know all this stuff is literally just for videos and talk about it for videos. I think it's a great single. It doesn't matter what chart position it hit.
No, that's honestly the best. Yeah, it's like the best single of the year for me, probably.
And it was definitely the best single she could have dropped.
Yeah.
For that album.
Yeah, because Drop Dead is a really good single, but apparently the fans were writing open letters to her to change her album or something.
I like that one a lot, so I don't know what
I do
the deal
too.
is. And also on the chart right now, before people say it, is fucking like Texas I Can Tell and shit like that, which I think is good, but it's like, I mean...
I'm not offended by it, so...
I'm not offended by it. Like, I think it's honestly...
I think it's cool that people like her.
It's also a million times better than all this other country slop that people have been like rallying for, like Post Malone and...
oh yeah, his country stuff is not good.
Morgan Wallen. I forget his name.
And then obviously Taylor Swift's like Toy Story song or whatever.
That's what I want to say too, is I feel like right now we're a little late in the game. Well, we're not quite past the midway point in the year, but this is why I think it's especially interesting to take a look back at 2024, because right now we're setting ourselves up for a very similar situation. On the horizon, we have Charlie dropping this summer. We have Ariana dropping this summer. We have Olivia that already dropped, but dropped a week ago, so dropped this summer.
Madonna's dropping in a couple
Madonna.
weeks.
I don't know how crazy that's gonna go, but yeah, Madonna. Lana Del Rey dropping this summer.
Yeah, well, we hope. It's like,
it's
and
looking
then
like
Taylor's kind of a loose cannon. You never really know.
But and that's what I was gonna say. I was like, the big absence is Taylor, and I was kind of ready just to be like, she's not dropping.
She might. I'm not gonna be shocked. If
You
she
never
drops
know. Like,
especially
I feel like you
because
don't know.
Showgirl was kind of like universally like hated, and if you're a fan, you're gonna be like, I liked it. Again, it's not about one person watching this. In general, people think it's
not about the people
album.
who've like indoctrinated themselves to like it or listen to it a million times to like it. It's about the consensus and like how much it sticks. And you can go in the comments and be like, it's stuck really crazy.
Yeah, because Fate of Ophelia, okay, she has 1 trillion fans. Yeah, I'm so surprised. They all straight.
Exactly.
Too. Like, I'm not listening to it. But...
Exactly. Oh, also based on the math, like if you like look at the numbers and
if we do the tea leaves,
if you look at the tea leaves,
the stars,
Beyonce is probably going to drop this year. I don't think this summer, but I think this fall, I think Beyonce is probably going to drop.
I won't be shocked if she pushes it off till next year, honestly, but I would be sad because I really want to hear the new album.
Yeah,
really
duh.
bad.
Yeah, me too.
Like, side note, as we're saying this, we have a Cowboy Carter poster right next to our Magdalena like signed vinyl on the wall, and I'm like, dang, 2024 owns us. Like,
It's when we moved in here though, so like niche recommendations that everyone's already heard or some shit like that.
oh yeah, let me look at my 2024. No one look at my ratings because it's embarrassing. So many diabolical records got unleashed on the public this year.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about Camilla. Holy fuck.
Oh, I don't even want to touch that.
Oh, I forgot
really don't want
about
to touch
Camilla.
that.
So yeah, every pop roll is really dropped because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we even talk about.
Oh,
Gracie
even Meg
fucking
dropped. Meg.
Oh, that was
and
fire.
Megan Trainor dropped. Oh,
Yeah.
and Tinashe dropped.
Oh my god. I
Oh,
forgot
and
about
Sophie
fucking
dropped.
Tinashe.
Katy Perry dropped her flop.
Even the flop shit people were like talking about. Like,
So Gracie Abrams dropped, Beyonce dropped, Benson Boone dropped this year. This is when the unleashing of Benson Boone
Yeah.
happened. Camila Cabello dropped, Sabrina dropped, Charlie dropped, Clara dropped.
yeah, Claro. Oh my god.
Doechii dropped this year.
Doechii, bro.
Billie Eilish dropped, Flo Milli. Okay, no one cares about me.
That list is crazy. And people
Ariana, Conan Gray, Halsey.
people still give way too much of a shit about Doechii and Claro.
Oh,
like
Lady
those
Gaga.
albums. That even those have
Dua
stuck
Lipa.
around.
Dua Lipa even dropped her
It's crazy
flop.
because this is the year that Dua Lipa just took a huge L. It just kind of fell out because of all these albums that we've listed. But yeah, and even people were pretending to like Camila and think she was fire, so that's crazy too.
I will say, one of my albums that I really, really attached to this year was in fact Halsey's album, and I know that's like crazy.
It was
like,
just rough because like she just got overshadowed. I
it
feel
was
like.
crazy because
Yeah.
I think she had a lot of songs that should chart really well or just do well with like the public, because like there's that one song that's kind of like a Fleetwood Mac ass song where it's like, is it love or a panic attack? Like I could see that, like people really liking that one. There were a lot of songs on here that I just thought were really impressive, honestly, and I thought it was a really good record. But I do think that Fantano like
Tanked
hating
it. Yeah.
he was so harsh on this for like the craziest reason. Like he should have just said the music was bad, but he was like, she's being like fake deep, even though she just like got over almost dying from like her illness. That was a crazy review. That album is actually pretty cool. Lady Gaga also released Harley Quinn this year. Like no one cares.
Joker movie.
Oh, the Joker
We don't talk
movie.
about that, right?
But also another thing that I think that really stood out to me and something that I still really treasure from this year was Adrian Lenker's album Bright Future. Man, this is so good. So well written. And this is one for me that I think is always going to kind of be something I'll like tap into every couple months or years or whatever. And this was my introduction to her. So I obviously went and checked out her other stuff, which is all very top notch. But yeah, she's awesome. This had a grip on me for like a solid few weeks of just listening to this album only.
And I think a lot of people actually did rally behind that one too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So this is my niche recommends that everyone's heard already.
That's
like much like Adrian Lenker. This is my goat. JPEG Mafia released, I think like legitimately, it's so hard. I feel like this is probably his best record. I feel like he just really found a way to make his production and aesthetic as palatable to a wider audience as possible, but without losing any of its bite or any of its like uniqueness or creativity. This album is just fucking banger after banger after fucking banger, and the strings and like the production I think is just a new level for him. Like I was listening to this the other day just for funsies because of his new album, and the strings on that album are breathtaking, and like legitimately I never thought I would say this for a JPEG Mafia song. The last song is heartbreaking. Like it is so fucking actually viscerally heartbreaking. And I literally, hey, YouTube exposed.
Don't look at my YouTube.
I didn't show it, don't worry. Just the aesthetic on this record is so him, but like also so different for him at the same time. Definitely if you've never heard him, literally the best, other than Scaring the Hose, probably the best place to start.
We also did get the Guts Spilled Deluxe this year.
Oh, in 2024?
Yeah, so good. Those songs are so good. Also, if you're wondering where the Olivia Rodrigo video is,
oh yeah,
it is going to be behind the paywall.
Yeah, it's behind the paywall.
It is unfortunately going to be behind the paywall.
I think someone asked about it. It's literally just us like reacting to like the
whole,
raw album.
the whole album.
I know a lot of people do that on YouTube, and I don't think that's like an issue or whatever, and people can do whatever they want with their channel. Like that's totally fine. For me, like I just feel like I would rather just that less people see us do shit like that, you know what I mean? And if you are really down bad for for more of our content, then you can go and grab a membership or whatever. Like, I wish it was cheaper and shit like that, and so more people could get it. I think we have it at the lowest.
Well, the thing is, we like set it at something, but YouTube like changes it because like they I think
they take a cut.
Yeah, so it's like kind of confusing.
I don't know. Yeah, but there's a lot of content on there, and like
we have like probably like 5 or 6 videos already.
There's like actually hours of shit on there. Like,
yeah,
I know
the Olivia one's a good video.
The Olivia one's good, and honestly, like that one I actually edited it a little bit more, so it's more our commentary as opposed to just listening to the record. So I get it's weird to get like a membership to like a channel that has under 1,000 subs. If you really want to see our like actual reviews, like just straight up in opinions on individual records, like at length, that is the best way to know that type of shit.
Was that the girl from? Is that Euphoria girl?
Faye.
Yeah.
I think so.
How have I never noticed that before? That is so crazy.
Little crossover. Oh, I love the visuals for this so much. It's gonna be hard to like focus and like look at these because this is just like the peak of aesthetic to me. Oh, Google Pixel, that ruined the aesthetic. That she had a Google Pixel in that. Anyways, so another crazy huge thing happened this year that really took over my life and took over my brain and took over my thoughts, took over my YouTube feed, took over my listening habits. And that is the Kendrick Lamar and Drake fallout, crash out of 2024. Now, there's 2 things I want to say about this before we discuss it. Number 1, I know you've probably heard about this a million times. I promise this is not just going to be like explain slop, and we're going to try to add some interesting insight onto it. So if you've heard about it a million times, don't worry. Like, I'm going to try my best. And number 2, I would assume that a lot of our subscribers do not give a shit about this, just based on what we talk about. This is really crazy tea, so you gotta lock in for this one, because like this is actually crazy. Trust me, this is crazier than any shit you're ever gonna see on fucking r/makeup snark. Just trust me. I assume like a lot of our subscribers spend their time doing. But Kendrick Lamar and Drake actually took the gloves off and went in the mud this year, spurred on by obviously J. Cole's dumbass saying on the Drake album from the previous year saying, "We the big 3 like we started the league," or whatever the fuck, which triggered Kendrick into doing this. And obviously, if this was gonna be set off in any which way, it was gonna be J. Cole's idiot ass pretending like shit is deeper than it is, which in all fairness, that man should not be part of the big 3, but that's not for me to decide. That's for all the I don't know, the losers on r/hip-hop heads too. So anyways, spurred on by that, and also obviously the actions of Drake in the music industry and in his alleged personal life. Kendrick Lamar found it fitting to hop on Future and Metro Booming's album, We Don't Trust You, as a surprise feature, saying, "Motherfuck the big 3, it's just me," coming out with a generally aggressive tone that is a little surprising for him, especially post Mr. Morale era, which if you don't know is an entire album about self-healing, being the bigger man, being the better person, and healing your past wounds. So it's crazy that he immediately or not immediately, a year or 2 after, followed that up by this, you know?
Warfare.
By literally warfare. That dropped, and to be honest, when I first woke up to the headlines on my YouTube page, aka the NFR podcast, saying, Kendrick, this is Drake on new Future album. I'm like, well, what's gonna happen? Like, this has been like, we know they didn't like each other. Like, it's been subliminal warfare this whole time, and I'm not gonna go into it. Like, this is gonna be a video being like 2009 or whatever, 2012. Kendrick dropped the Control verse. Drake got really mad about it, seething about it on the Breakfast Club or whatever the fuck. It's not gonna be one of those videos. It's just gonna be more a personal recap. We will go over some of the tea, but not in like crazy detail because everyone already knows, and it's like also for people who don't know and don't care, it would be boring. So I'm gonna try and make this as interesting as possible if you don't care. That happens, everyone's like, okay, like that's pretty funny, but like what's gonna happen? What is gonna come of this? Is Drake even gonna respond? Even though like J. Cole is implicated in that big 3 conversation, right? And Kendrick says, "Motherfuck the big 3." The diss that Kendrick threw out there on Like That, which is the Future song, was way more aimed, I feel like, at Drake. It was saying like, for all the dogs being buried, you know, it's a K with all these 9 Tonight's Gonna Be Pet Cemetery as a reference to Drake's past album For All the Dogs, like just a bunch of shit like that. And it wasn't anything that I feel like went too deep, you know what I mean? It wasn't like as deep cutting as what eventually occurred. It was definitely like a call to action for one person in particular, that being Drake. But unfortunately, there's a little bit of mixed messaging going on, and the other member of the big three also got involved, but we're not to that chapter of the story yet. But do you have any initial thoughts on this situation at this point in the story?
I did not gaff.
Here we go! I was gonna swing!
Kendrick obviously has a lot of lyrical and conceptual prowess. People like look at him as being really good at writing and shit like that, which is obviously warranted. I'm not saying people look at him. Like, I think he is a really good writer. But people were also like, Drake is kind of a demon. You don't know what he could do. Drake honestly has a kind of curb stomped a beef in the past. I mean, it was a long time in the past with his beef with Meek Mill.
Why are you doing buddy hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
Count out loud. Huh?
He had some crazy bars like, is that a world tour or your girls tour? Saying that he's a big flop and he just is riding the coattails of Nicki Minaj. Trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers, kind of some crazy shit. You're getting bodied by a singing guy. So he has done pretty well in beefs in the past, with the one caveat of the immense L in 2018 he took to Pusha T, where Pusha T leaked that he had a secret son he was hiding.
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. Ooh, Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run.
So he was coming off the heels of that and not handling it the best, and not even really responding to Pusha T's diss story of Adidon that he revealed all this personal information about him. Regardless of Drake losing that beef with Pusha T, Drake is still somewhat of a demon. He definitely is connected. He could figure out some pretty vile shit, you know, if it was there or if he wanted to. He has money to throw around. He's been so blatant about his hatred towards a lot of people in the rap game. He doesn't really give a fuck what people think about him, and he's willing to play as disgusting and dirty as he possibly can to get this deed done. And if he takes a dub against Kendrick, that's it's over. Like, his career is solidified, and he would be undisputably the GOAT of like the mainstream of this era. There's a lot at stake here, and I didn't think that Drake was going to come to play around. Like, I thought he was going to be dead serious. But yeah,
this is such a terrible music video.
But literally, yeah, this is and by the way,
honestly one of the worst.
This is the shit that Kendrick was up against. He was against two goofy ass cornballs.
This is the championship for who could be the corniest.
Who's the corniest?
And the
man
worst
on the
part
planet.
is, even though Drake is intentionally corny, it's still J. Cole.
With J. Cole, you know, he's the most agreeable one. People always have him in the middle. Like, if you're a Drake stan or you're a Kendrick stan, you always have J. Cole in the middle.
No,
it's like,
he's on the bottom.
Nope, he's on the bottom. He's
firmly on the bottom.
easily on the bottom. Drake is in the middle.
Drake's at least funny.
Also, Drake has hit records and shit like that. And you can say J. Cole does. He has like one or two, and it's like, who gives a fuck?
Honestly,
They're so
he's
corny.
so embarrassing.
He's embarrassing. He's corny, and I think we all need to acknowledge that. That dude is corny as a motherfucker. And also, like, he is so corny that his breakout from Dreamville, JID, even was like, that dude is corny. Also, people were freaking out about his verse on this track. What they're showing now is his awesome bar where he says, the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like that.
In what world? In what world, by the way?
Yeah. Something I wanted to add on to this that I
can't even believe I put this on. This is terrible.
What the fuck? He also
So
played like in minor league or whatever the fuck, like basketball. It's like,
no
bro,
one
just
cares.
Honestly, just rap. Or actually do basketball. I actually don't really care. Fuck, dude. This is a long story. Speaking of corny, in addition to this is a little piece of evidence that I don't think people really bring up as much, but on the album Utopia by Travis Scott, Drake had a feature where I feel like it was Omega petty, but I feel like he kind of roasted the shit out of Pharrell. So I'm like, he can still roast the fuck out of people.
Thank God. Someone needs to do it, if we're gonna be honest.
So I'm like, let's not pretend. I mean, was it petty? Yeah. Like, obviously it was super petty. It's a verse that I like low-key really like from him. T-time, T-time, T-time. Like,
Y'all know what time it is.
T-time.
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 Hey, T-time, T-time.
T-time. I gotta call this shit.
it's kind of crazy. He bought up all of Pharrell's chains and in a secret auction.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a fuck about all of that heritage shit.
Flexes.
You know
on
what?
his face.
I don't even care when it comes to anyone versus Pharrell. I'm on team opposite Pharrell.
And he
Pharrell
said
makes me
his-
so mad.
Yeah, literally. And on that song, he was like, the elf even trashed since like Virgil died or whatever. He's like, got it, but we even wearing that shit.
Since we not around, the members done hung up the Louis. They not even wearing that shit.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're not. So he kind of flamed the shit out of him.
Which
And-
also, in a corny competition of J. Cole versus Pharrell, it's a toss-up. I don't even know.
Yeah, Pharrell making a Lego movie about himself where he
he's the
pretends that he was the
underdog.
victim of like corporate, like he had a flop era because the corporate guys were after him or some
He's
shit.
stealing,
the
like-
white corporate crackers were after him. Whereas he's like, oh yeah, the milkshake song. He's like all the royalties. He's like.
Stealing all of this girl's money and catalog.
He's stealing all these people's money and shit.
Awesome, dude. You're so
great.
great.
Yeah, the
You're
corporate guys
so
really
great.
fucked you over, bro. There was evidence that he could do fine. Like, could he ever win this? In retrospect, no, he could have never won it because this whole situation was a insane, psychotic saw trap of Kendrick's making, where Drake literally had to perpetually step on spikes and rakes, was gonna eventually walk himself into a jail, like literally walk himself into a jail.
And you know what the best part is? Despite, this is a hilarious look for Drake.
This is an alternate reality where Drake and
SZA
Sexy Red are a married couple.
I like this alternate
I like it,
reality.
yeah.
It's so funny that Kendrick set so many landmines for Drake to just
Yeah.
like a Looney Tunes character stumble into. Drake thought he was like a genius because he like planted evidence of him being a PDF.
Which, why would you even plant that? What the
It
fuck?
was like, then he thought it was like an own to be like, I planted the evidence, you fell for it. It's so crazy,
Yeah.
by the way. Insane, like
Yeah.
Looney Tunes, like situation.
You won't never take no chain off of us. How the fuck you be stepping with a size 7 man's on?
To fast forward this, Drake released his initial diss track called Push Ups, where he basically says, you make no money in the labels, you know, your splits are crazy.
Pull your contract, cause we gotta see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip.
Basically like a label slave, you're short.
Got him.
And he even throws some shit in there that he maybe fucked some other rappers' girls, which is pretty par for the course for Drake. He loves to do that, or at least say he does it.
Drake don't do a diss like an outright diss song where it's a headshot. He's gonna
DM every single girl in your family, every single girl around your family.
This is professional rap.
Awesome thing to do. Definitely an adult, awesome,
Mature,
Sigma
40-year-old
move.
man.
Sigma 40-year-old man way to deal with your ops. Or just guys that you generally have a disdain for. Would it be funny if you fucked Pharrell's girl and flexed on him? Yeah, but that's more of a personal bias. Yeah, that's a crazy way to... In the world would definitely be at 100% peace if Drake lived in suburbia, married to Sexy Red, and they were friends with SZA. That would be like...
That'd be hilarious.
See, this is like a weird like backrooms-esque glitch into the perfect world. But unfortunately, Drake is a mega celeb, so...
terrorizing all
And
of
SZA
us.
is not some random secretary or nurse. But that's not bad that she's famous. I'm just it would just be funny to imagine her as in that position. If Sexy Red was also in this situation, she would definitely work at the post office. I'll say that. Told you this was gonna be transformative. But
She would work at the post. You're so right.
in this awesome recap, and like super followable recap for people who don't understand what's going on with the Kendrick and Drake situation and don't care. In
From
addition,
2 years ago.
from 2 years ago,
Unearthing.
that's been explained to death. I also want to say this is the little transformative twist. I want to say that Meg Thee Stallion,
Started it.
I think kind of opened the door for this tone, and I think showed how funny it could be in her beef with Nicki Minaj. And she was the one who started the Drake BBL jokes.
These niggas hate on BBLs and be walking around with the same scars.
So I want to say that I think in some way you do need to pay like homage to her, or homage, or however the homage.
Who gives a
Who gives a shit?
Also, she released a fantastic album from that year.
And a fantastic diss track, and I think that did open the door for this whole situation to go down. I think not enough people acknowledge the domino effect that that situation had, especially with
Well,
the BBL
you know,
jokes.
Baby, it ain't no mystery. Got the best BBL in history. This cake will make you show up. I know you see this glow up as BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Drake does love to start start
Yeah.
shit with women. Like,
And he
all
started
the
shit for
time.
her for no reason, talking about the Tory Lanez situation in a song.
Oh yeah, because he can't keep his mouth shut. The thing is, I always feel like I like have like some slight goodwill towards Drake because like he's kind of funny and like an interesting character. Like
Yeah.
I don't like his music really, but like I do think he's like an interesting character to follow. And then I remember that he like likes Tory Lanez or whatever and defends him, and then I hate him all over again.
Yeah,
and then
'cause
I'm
that's
like, I
how
actually
he- yeah.
hate you. You're the worst.
He just throws random bars out there, and that was on the 21 Savage record he had, Her Loss, where he was just throwing some random bars at Meg, and it's like, bro, the fuck Meg do to you? Come on.
It's wild to me that we have to continually have this public discourse about Tory Lanez who like shot Megan.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what the context was, he shot her.
If you
Happens when
think that's the
shoot
opposite,
somebody.
it's like, bro, look, like literally, it's so funny because people are gonna be like, oh, you're just media brainwashed. It's like, bro, literally his label paid for you. Okay, I'm not even gonna do it. Meg Thee Stallion, I think, needs a little bit more acknowledgement in her whole role in this situation, and I haven't seen people bring it up because she started the BBL shit.
That was also a fun time. Nicki v. Meg was.
I wish it was a funner time. I wish
incredibly-
Nicki was a little more coherent for it, so
Yeah,
he
'cause
could have gotten
instead
more.
she gave us like just delusional like.
Someday you may have a child.
Yeah, and it's
Like
like
she's
it's
doing,
like,
like,
it's
Disney
funny.
villain
It's like
shit.
it's funny, but it's like when Megan is like.
When she's like pairing her up, his was like a demolition.
It's literally like the digital circus thing where Zubul like opens the door and like and it goes like it's gonna be insane.
These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Bitch, you.
Like, when she said schedule a conjugal visit or something, that might be one of the funniest bars.
Schedule
ever.
a conjugal visit. And
Like-
Megan's Law is like a slam fucking donk. Like
Yeah,
he
you
went
don't
so
want the
crazy
smoke.
on him that when Jay-Z recently went at Nicki, he literally had nothing that was funnier
Nothing new to say.
He had nothing funnier or new to say, so he's just like, I'm not even gonna say it. So he's like,
It's already been said.
he's like, I'm not even gonna go there. I feel like we have to acknowledge that. Moving back forward into the timeline, we get push-ups, and then 2 weeks happen where people are like, Drake completely owned the shit out of Kendrick. Kendrick has nothing to say. As DJ Academic said, that he is locked up in his room tapping a number 2 pencil to his head. Little did people know, Kendrick was actually cooking up the most insane diss track of all time.
But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
With Euphoria, which is like a onslaught and like completely builds this character assassinating world around Drake that frames him as not only a bad guy in general, but also a guy who likes to twerk, or likes to pop ass with his best, like with his favorite girls.
besties.
And the thing about this diss track, like, you might have to pull up the Genius for it. I'm not gonna lie, because we might have to go over some of the greatest hits from this one.
Our pop
because
fans
if you're
are
not,
screaming right
but it's
now.
like, bro, you guys have to understand how funny some of this shit is. Like, this is like drama, because I feel like the people who are like really into pop and shit, you guys like drama, and it gets even crazier than this. Oh, Drake also drops in between this one, he drops a tailor-made freestyle where he accuses Kendrick of not dropping because he's afraid of Taylor Swift overshadowing him because Torture Poets Department dropped.
Also, that was a terrible point to make, in my opinion, because it's just like I don't think
It's
Kendrick.
just like
I don't think
the
Kendrick
fan bases are
cares.
not are like the people who are invested in Kendrick and Drake and the people who are invested in the Torture Poets Department. They're not going to.
If you're a Drake fan, I see how that seems like a good roast because you probably are like obsessed
you're numbers
with his
brain.
chart
'Cause you're numbers
position.
brain.
If you're like Kendrick, I don't think he.
Or the greater hip hop media machine in like independent reporting on YouTube and shit like that. It's like they're not gonna really have any care about that shit. Regardless, he dropped that and he had like AI, Tupac and Snoop Dogg.
So bad.
When you see how serious this gets, it looks so stupid.
If you deal with this viciously, you seem a little nervous about all the publicity. For this Canadian light skin doc, we need to know the baby West Coast victory, man. Call him a bitch for me. Talk about him liking young girls as a kid for me.
So
And
juvenile.
every year that is removed from that, I feel like every time I get reminded of that, I'm like, damn, that is a really stupid and goofy look. And at the time, I wasn't like really being like, yeah, that was crazy, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay, like I get the trolling. When it gets dead serious, that shit looks crazy goofy. And especially in the way he tried to reframe it in later diss tracks. But anyways, let's take a look at some awesome lyrics in this number 2 pencil tapping session to Kendrick's Brain that allegedly happened.
I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef.
Yeah, fuck all that Pusha P. Let me see you Pusha T, referencing that he couldn't beat Pusha T in the past.
Yeah, fuck all that Pusha P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning that skin over here.
And I'm not gonna lie, with that whooping feet line, I thought we were gonna get some crazy Drake feet.
Am I signing that one? Hell no.
I thought that was a little foreshadow to some crazy Drake feet situations, but it wasn't. Fortunately.
One of the worst lines, like in terms of demolition, is, I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women. And notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm with the culture feeling.
That is such a good way of framing it because it's more saying like this is a communal dislike. Even if it's not true, he's like, I'm doing this on the behalf of the quote unquote culture.
Drake v. the people.
So it's like an easy rhetorical device, I feel like, to really get people to rally behind what you're saying. And that's the kind of thing that I feel like Kendrick implemented so well in this beef to really get people to rally behind his side. Another crazy bar, there's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can tell me. This was after this diss track, but Meet Your Padre being probably the most notorious. He really doubled down on that.
I think his worst accent is his Jamaican accent.
A new ting drops, yeah, you're forward back to get the record back, but
his like fake British like / Jamaican.
Well, I mean, like it makes sense because like I feel like the combination makes sense. It's just like I don't know why he's doing it.
Language barriers. There's no accent you could sell me. Yeah, Colin Aubrey, no. I'm a selfish guy. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends because if they're not, then I'm YNW Melly, which is a guy who went to jail for shooting his friend.
I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you talking shit that for real.
Murdering some people who he was friends with.
Obviously, there's like a lot of stuff that he gets into about Drake's race, which I think that's better for someone else to touch on. But something that is really fire is that when he just took the gloves off and said, I hate the way you walk, the way you talk, I hate the way that you dress.
See, that's relatable because sometimes it's not that deep. It's just
sometimes you just hate someone and you have a burning passion for it, and then when they try to catch smoke with you, it's like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna go to the lowest depths I possibly can.
And I like that too because I feel like an argument you could levy, going back to saying I'm with the culture feeling, an argument you could levy is you're like, oh, he's trying to like just get people behind him. He's trying to like leverage the culture and shit like that. And I feel like this does a good job of being like, it's that, but also I just kind of personally hate you. So it's like, even if people don't agree with me on this, I actually do just kind of personally dislike everything about you. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bet. So he's giving himself permission to say this crazy ass thing. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, if you've not heard this, get ready. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them. I believe you see two bad bitches. When you stand by Sexy Red. And like, that's, I think, harkening back to the Megan thing, or also a lot of times, because he also sneak disses the fuck out of Serena Williams too.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's not just a gay joke or whatever. It's saying that he always is dissing women.
If I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think that this is that Kendrick's saying that he's gay, really. Yeah. Like, I get, like, you could interpret that way, or, like, I feel like he's leaving it open for you to think that, but I don't think that's what he's saying at all. Like, I think it has more to do with the fact that he's always going after women.
The thing that it makes it funny, and not just a gay joke, is he's saying, are you sneak dissing women because you're competing with them?
Yeah, because he's constantly,
like, dissing. He's like, are you competing with women for, you know?
Why do you feel threatened?
You don't like them?
Why are you so threatened by, like, these people who aren't in your, like, realm? Rap is, like, so separated. Just from my outside perspective, I think if you ask any, like, old head hip-hop fan, they are not going to name like probably any female rappers elusively.
Except for Missy. I think people.
Except for Missy. I feel like there's just like those people who are like, no, we're cool with women. We like Missy, or we like
or Lauryn Hill.
Even or like Lauryn Hill. Like, name 5 that you actually like and listen to. Like, I feel like there is a lot of separation.
I think Meg, she could maybe do somewhat of a little better job of some beat selection sometimes, but she has some insanely fire songs, and she is a crazy talented rapper.
Well,
like, in terms of her flow and her wordplay.
She gets dumb accusations that like men don't get. People are always like, she just does the same beat, and it's like, girl.
Yeah.
Girl, like, are we gonna go there? She's at least doing something like really impressive on the beat, even if you don't like the beat or you think it's too repetitive. But let's look at some other rappers who straight up just
guarantee the people who say that, because it's the worst fan base in rap. It's definitely a Cardi fan. It's like, I think Cardi's like a cool artist. I think he's a terrible dude, horrible guy,
absolutely horrible,
but terrible audience. And it's like, bro, look at Cardi. He low key is kind of rapping on the same shit a lot of the time. Honestly, like, he has different voices and shit. But it's like, you never hear that accusation, or even Drake. Drake, he has a lot of really similar, like if we're talking about
look at these last 3 albums. Oh my God, it's like, did we even move on from the last song?
It's just a lot of weird cultural shit, I feel like, against women being good or proficient rappers or seen as that. People will give people like, I don't know, Little Sims their flowers when they do like really, really crazy records and shit like that, but it's not really in the mainstream. I feel like it's more obvious on radio music.
I've even seen people be like, well, Meg just talks about the same things. It's like, be so for real.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, bro.
Have you listened to a Drake album? His ops, his girls,
a little bit of tea in there.
That's kind of it. Like, he's literally rapping about his ops and how he hates his ops, and like as 40-year-olds, and about how he wants a sneak peek of his ops girls. Okay, like let's be serious.
If we're gonna listen to some sexual music, are you gonna pick Sneak Peek?
Yeah,
a 40-year-old rapping about seeing a little sneak peek under a shirt.
See-through shirt, I get a sneak peek, baby.
Are you gonna listen to some real hardcore freaky Meg shit? Like, what are you gonna listen to as an adult, as a grown man? Are you gonna listen to the little sneak peek, or are you gonna listen to the freak shit, the hot girl summer shit? It's neither here nor there. It ends with, if you take it there, then I'll take it further, and that's something that you don't want to do. And Drake did want to do it. And so we got, actually we got 616 in LA. So 616 in LA was a Instagram exclusive that Kendrick dropped. This is a crazy thing to do after giving birth. I don't know if we can even show that.
This is the most expecting, like, fucking Drake thing ever. Yeah. I'm going back to 2024 Pop Girls.
Then Kendrick drops this nightmarish image on his Instagram along with...
Wait, what? What? I have never even looked at this.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Wait, no. That's fake.
Is that fake?
That's all fake.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, what? I would not believe Yandi is on his...
No, someone's being a troll, bro.
His evidence, Yandi.
Yeah.
The Nicki Kanye song from Yandi.
That's gonna come out with Ice Spice, apparently. I know. Anyway, for hell no. The Nicki verse on there's fire though. I get why the Barbs were mad. Not that mad. They shouldn't be that mad, but it was a fire verse.
They should be like, release it though. But anyways.
Yeah, well, it's Nicki's fault, so fuck that. Back on track. Kendrick drops this photo attached with, or maybe rather a song with this photo attached on his Instagram.
I forgot and got this wrong, but actually the initial image was just like the gloves, like the cropped gloves. And then later in the following diss track, Meet the Grams, the album art or the cover art was like the full picture or whatever, kind of like signifying that this was like a little bit of a preview or like a warning shot, and like the full picture would be revealed like later, I guess. So sorry, I got that wrong.
In between Euphoria and Drake's upcoming diss track, because Drake was being a little troll on his story saying, I'm about to push the red button. Kendrick was trying to give him one more warning to be like, don't push the red button.
Red button is
And he's
so
like,
funny.
and low-key, that was, in hindsight, that was for his own good, because he's like, it's already done, bro. I have a nuke launching to fucking the Toronto BBL mansion. Like, don't fucking...
It's so funny, like, I'm gonna press the red button. It's like your Fisher-Price, like, children's toy. Like,
he's like, bro, let the BBWs vacate the premises before I do that. That should have been the real warning, because he's like, there's no winning this shit. He released this where speculation and a lot of weird shit came out of this image, like on Reddit, and there's a lot of insane conspiracy theories coming from the Kendrick verse regarding this, about some kind of hotel and some kind of crazy shit that went down at a hotel. Like, I'm in deep on this. I didn't even understand what was going on there. This whole deeper lore, I'm not even gonna get into. But regardless, this is trying to show that Kendrick or someone on his team or someone that Kendrick knows has some of Drake's possessions, including an Ozempic prescription. And the thing is, at this point, I'm like, okay, if we're digging through people's personal belongings, it's like, obviously, am I sat? Yes. Is my eyebrow raised? Also, yeah.
100%. Absolutely.
Is this a little dirty? Yeah.
Yeah.
Morally, should I be like, but entertainment-wise, I'm in deep. So Kendrick releases this spooky song for all the pop girls that are still around, co-produced by Jack Antonoff, called 616 in LA. Basically,
was it really Jack Antonoff?
Yeah, that was the one that Jack Antonoff co-produced on.
Probably felt the need to defend. Oh yeah, he probably felt the need to defend Taylor's reputation.
Well, this was also in the wake of the Taylor Swift birthday picture or some shit where Drake had the fake Taylor Swift. I don't know. I think that was after.
And shortly before this period, 1989, Taylor's version had dropped. Kendrick re-recorded Bad Blood with her. We at least at this point know that they're in good graces. And there was a picture of them together. So.
And also in addition, Jack went on to produce on the surprise album that dropped this year from Kendrick, GNX. They do have a working relationship that maybe started
is so
here.
Odd.
Yeah, it's odd.
No, it started with Bad Blood.
In terms of like Kendrick's solo career or solo work, aside from anything related to like
which also that is the weirdest collab probably. totally don't
Weirdest
happen,
collab
if we're gonna
ever.
be honest, but.
Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop, you better drop and give them 50.
But shout out to him for working with a legend, for Jack for working with
I thought you meant Jack Antonoff is the legend. I was like, you
No.
hate Jack.
This dropped, it was way more cryptic. This shit probably has the most cryptic, riddly like lyrics on it. There's a lot of, I think, dark secrets hidden within this, and this is all speculation. Some of them include interactions that Drake had. Don't ask how he got here, I don't even remember. But Drake having an underage Madison beer in his bathtub.
Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer.
This girl had like a vodka cranberry or something in her hand, and she tripped and fell and spilled all over Drake, like all over his like
White sweatsuit.
And I was standing there like, oh shit. And he looks at the bar and he goes, what were you just drinking? And she goes, like a vodka cranberry. And he looks at the bar and goes, get her another vodka cranberry. Fun fact though, his house that he has a bathtub that is literally the size of this room. I kid you not.
That's awesome.
It's called a
I'm
pool.
not, no, that's what I said. It's a full bathtub and it's gigantic and so dope.
I was like sitting in it. I was like, can I just lay here? And, like,
Bubble bath?
Seriously.
Just making weird references that were really below the surface, so allegedly, I want to say. Just a lot of shit like that, really like dark secrets that I think only those two guys would understand. The intention of it was him being like, I know a lot of shit that you think I don't know about. And I think there's a lot of secrets we'll never know about this song, or a lot of references that we'll never understand just because it's insider information that Kendrick knew and were literally just meant for Drake to hear. The message is supposed to be, hey Drake, like I know some shit that you think I probably don't know about, and no one's gonna understand
Yeah, you're a
this
twisted individual.
outside you and me, but I'm like, I don't know if you want to go further with this because I know some crazy shit. He's like, this is your warning. I'm about to say some crazy shit.
Take cover.
So if you want to back out, let's just back out right now.
He should have. He really should have.
I know you didn't heed the warning about that's something you don't want to do, but he's like, I don't think you understand. I know the I know the bathtub situation. I know what happens at the embassy. I know what type of shit happens in the Drake suite. You know what I mean? Allegedly.
And Drake had the best response ever for this.
So Drake heard this response and was like,
I planted the evidence.
LOL. No, that's way down the line. But he was like, LOL, I don't give a fuck. We're dropping Family Matters.
Hey, Kendrick just opened his mouth, and I'm about to put my dick in it right now. Then I put it in his ass. Now he running butt naked all over my house.
Oh yeah, where he accused Kendrick of beating his wife.
When you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense cause she bigger than you?
So that is basically what happens in Family Members.
That's kind of all you need to know about that track.
Right about fuck the big three. It's only Big D in this video proof.
Drake hits some short jokes on Kendrick, and Drake also hits some, you're not a real gangster. He's like, I know some real gangsters, like YG.
Rubbing on his woody. He like, is it creamy, is it pudding? Off with her clothes, he was pulling. She like, wait, I got something to tell you.
I'm a trans woman.
Am I right? Like, I know I'm around some real shooters, some real gangsters, and you're not one of them. You couldn't bang a set, bro. He has that scathing criticism. He has the middle of the track going at Abel, The Weeknd, and just a bunch of other randos like Rocky, Rihanna, Serena,
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna
these.
clear my throat and just take over by roasting a bunch of other people, even though I'm supposed to be focusing on like the battle ahead.
Yeah.
It's so funny they tried to like almost dismiss Kendrick by
Yeah.
doing that, and it's like that is probably the worst route you could have gone. You should have stayed focused.
Yeah, it's like this guy
Stay
has
focused.
Yes, you need to come up with some more substantial shit.
Our son should go play at the park. Two light-skinned kids, the shit will be cute. Unless you don't wanna be seen with anyone that isn't blacker than you, we get it.
As opposed to him being a fake gangster, him being short.
Out here begging for attention, niggas say please. Always rapping like you about to get the slaves freed.
Beating his wife, that's some tea, you know what I mean?
It almost seemed like he didn't really care about it because
It was kind of safe for the end because we didn't really get a full breakdown on the beating his wife.
And also, he
stitch.
didn't even lean into it that hard, I feel like. Like, if you're
No.
gonna go after other people in a song where you're accusing your op of beating his wife, I feel like you need to stay focused on that.
Yeah.
You gotta drive that home, because if everyone starts saying Kendrick beating his wife, that's crazy.
And this song was, I think, ultimately way too long, and it just didn't need that middle part. I think if that middle part was cut out, I think this song would have hit a little bit harder, because you have to go through so much shit to get to, like, the Kendrick real disses. You have to go through so much shit that, like, people don't really care about. The Drake, like, ecosystem is obviously gonna be like, oh yeah, he's fucking all these people up, because Drake was trying to run with the narrative and solidify it with going after all these people, that this was was like a bunch of people coming at him. It's like unfair because it's a bunch of people attacking him.
As if he's not the biggest artist.
A bunch of people are not attacking you. You need to just diss Kendrick. That's where the dub is. You can't like spin the situation.
Serena Williams didn't say anything.
Or like even like Rocky, it's like who cares? Abel, who fucking cares? Rick Ross.
R.I.P. to the Drake stands. Can only imagine what that feels like. Well, I really couldn't. But for those that didn't know, I was a big boy making big boy records when homie was on Degrassi. Now, back to the big business. My new book is in stores.
Who fucking cares? Like Rick Ross dropped a diss track, but who the fuck cares?
You also have J. Cole who's like making a music video with you.
Yeah,
so...
and that's a forgotten chapter, is that J. Cole, in the midst of all this, dropped the most fucking garbo, like, embarrassing, because he always likes to puff out his chest on records, be like, I'm the best rapper, like, let's fucking go. He drops this terrible diss track saying that all of Kendrick's records except for Damn are like garbage or some shit like that.
I can't even think of a Drake line. Play J. Cole, get the pussy dry.
First of all, says you, buddy. Or
I'm
they're like
sorry,
snooze fests.
that dude stands for nothing because he backed out of it so quick. And if you're like, well, he has integrity. He got involved and then instantly backed out.
Yeah, what?
You
like,
can't get involved and then instantly leave.
And you also can't make your biggest topic being like, I'm the best rapper, or one of your most prominent things you say is like, I'm the best rapper or some shit like that. And then you instantly back out.
That was a big mark on his...
Yeah,
I think that's a huge mark on his
He will
career.
never be, you cannot argue as a fan even that he is one of the best rappers or the best rapper right now. He instantly backed out. If J. Cole...
He knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, if J. Cole... And allegedly, this is how crazy beta this shit is too, because one of Kendrick's like buddies and former label mate, Schoolboy Q, allegedly told J. Cole behind the scenes, stay out of this, you don't want any part of this, you don't know what's going on. If somebody told me to stay out of a situation that I am low-key kind of directly involved in, I'll be like, fuck that, I'm gonna go even harder. J. Cole's response was to fucking back out. Imagine someone telling you to stay out of something that you have direct involvement in. And you obey.
And you're saying you're like the top dog. Like...
And it's not even Kendrick who told him that shit, allegedly. We don't know what happened. It's not even Kendrick who told him that shit. It's one of fucking Kendrick's friends. Like, if it came from the top and Kendrick explained what was about to happen, that would be one thing. Still, honestly, wouldn't really respect it, but I would have a little bit more, like, understanding.
To me, that just proves that he was never...
He never was like that.
No, he was never on the level of Drake or Kendrick. That's what it proves, in my opinion.
He can still claim, like, go out there and be like, write his little fanfics about Biggie and Tupac, you know, being in love or whatever the fuck on his new...
That is the weirdest thing ever. I'm like pretty much a hater, unfortunately. Like, I try not to be a complete hater, but that dude just, he grinds my gears with how insufferable he is.
Yeah. His music is so fucking boring to admit.
If you thought the song about his gay friend was deep, you're a moron.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to Pitchfork for calling that out. I did not see that until way later, that Pitchfork actually levied some substantial criticism his way about how he, I don't even know if I can like say how he labeled his gay quote unquote friend or whatever the fuck.
Disgusting.
Is honestly definitely real and definitely someone he has empathy for and shit. Definitely like, you know, some shit that's weighing on his mind.
Gave us a very nuanced opinion.
The way that he described him, first of all, I don't know if I can say it because I don't feel like going
you should look up and listen to that song and come back and tell us that you really think that was
I just want to say shout out to Pitchfork and the person who reviewed it, because I know they got a lot of hate for how they reviewed that record or whatever.
It's not good.
But the thing about it is just that one thing is indefensible. Like you can say the melodies or whatever the fuck, or like the rapping ability, like that's all subjective at the end of the day. Like, is it garbage? Yeah, but like it's also subjective.
I don't know. It's because he's considered to be like the better of those, like the lesser of three evils. He's considered to be. So it's kind of like people just glaze him for doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, they say that out of Iceman, GNX, and the Fall Off, that the Fall Off is better. Like that's the narrative. And people have been overexposed to GNX. That's why. It's just because kind of corny people did some shit with it on TikTok. Does that suck? Yeah, but it's like, are we gonna pretend that the Fall Off is better because of it? Hell no, we can't do that.
No, the Fall Off is literally a fall off.
Iceman is better than the Fall Off, in my opinion.
Yes, it's like a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, Fall Off is so bad. Bro, and like the fan fiction thing, and it's like, that's how pussy he is, because it's like the fan fiction thing too. Bro, you wanted to talk about Kendrick and Drake, but you didn't want to do like something that's actually artistically, because that could be seen as being corny, but it's an artistic risk, and it's something that clearly you wanted to talk about. But instead you're like, no, it's with Pac and Big, so it's like, bro, like shut the fuck up.
Cornball.
Oh, terrible. Terrible idea. I would have way more respect for him if he made it like about the shit that he actually wanted to talk about instead of fucking Tupac and Biggie Biggie. Does he make his voice sound like Tupac and Biggie during the song a little bit? Like, yeah.
Honestly,
great.
I think we should take this moment, since we're already so off topic, to say that the best thing J. Cole ever did was he was on this this sample with Kanye that was supposed to be used for Rihanna. And Kanye's talking about sucking. Funniest thing of all time.
Yeah. And him being that. Yeah. And then being like,
I've always wanted us to have like a video where we talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it.
It
has to be its own thing, but just had to
We have
throw
to
that
save
out
it because that shit did not
That's
happen
the
in
best thing J.
2024.
Cole ever did, though, by the way.
In terms of like the...
He did eat J. Cole up in terms
he
of
ate
being
J.
the
Cole up, so
bad
J.
bitch.
Cole... People are so lost. I'm not going. I'm not going to go there. Anyways.
This needs to be cut. All this needs to be cut.
Yes, bro.
We need to end this.
Let's take an
We'll come back.
intermission and then we can come back.
All right, we'll be back.
All right.
And now that the day is over, let's get our tea leaves read.
Here's your total luck.
Hi, we're back.
Who do you, before it's revealed, who do you think had the luckier day?
Me.
Oh, rats. A task you're not used to is wearing you down. Put your head down and get through today, and you'll be over the worst.
So I think last time we left off, we were talking about the aftermath of the Drake diss track Family Matters. I'll leave it on that shot because it's a more interesting background than just watching me talk. But the thing about this track is that there's no aftermath because Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams right after, which is the spookiest, scariest diss track probably of all time. Individually writing letters to Drake's family, talking about how they influenced his bad behavior, how they messed him up as a person. Starting with the opening letter, like the infamous Dear Adonis writing a letter to his son saying that, I'm sorry that Drake is your father. That one basically wiped all the jokes off the board. That was basically the thing that I feel like he was warning Drake not to force him to drop.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that that man is your father. Let me be honest. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. Whether right or wrong, you're a black man, even if it don't benefit your goals. Do some push-ups, get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. Fuck what Ozempic did. I'm blaming you for all his gambling addictions, psychopath intuition, the man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualize them with kinks of an info fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood being the beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on OVO that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised and he keeping his child around him. Fuck a rap battle, he should die so all of these women can live with a purpose. I've been in this industry 12 years. I'ma tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender. Then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. The embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time. Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. Don't commit too much. Should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you. Instead, he being Turks, paying for sex and popping perks. His father probably didn't claim him neither. But I would like to say it's not your fault that he's hiding another child. Give him grace. This the reason I made Mr. Morale this song when it rains. Yes, he's a hit maker, songwriter, superstar, right? And a fucking deadbeat that should never say more life. Meet the Grams. Dear Hobby, I know you probably thinking I wanted to crash your party. It's supposed to be a good exhibition within the game, but you fucked up the moment you called out my family's name. You got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems, bad with money, whorehouse, soliciting women problems. You a body shamer, you go hide them baby mamas, ain't you? You embarrassed of them, that's not right, that ain't how mama raised us. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in, cause you lied about religious views.
You lied about your surgery. You lied about your accent and your past tense, all is perjury. You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter, huh? You lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come. Fuck a rap battle. This a long life battle with yourself.
But after that, when everyone was feeling bad, infamously he dropped Not Like Us, Mustard on the Beat, bro.
Mustard is awesome. Mustard is awesome. Mustard is awesome. Mustard is awesome.
Crazy shit, we all know it, we all love it. We had a whole dedicated part where we re-listened to Not Like Us in one of our recent videos. So if you want our full reaction on that, go to Song of the Summer video and skip to the end. Recommend that video because no one watched it. So, but anyway, this whole situation left the big three in shambles. Basically, the end credits of this whole situation is J. Cole dropped Grippy, Drake dropped Wagwan Delilah.
Wagwan Delilah. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested.
Kendrick Lamar went to the Grammy Awards and he swept, but also at the Grammy Awards, you see how I pulled that thread there. Beyonce awaiting her, tentatively awaiting to see if she would finally win Album of the Year, and everyone else was waiting too to see if their fave would pull through and get the big prize of the night. After a night of Kendrick sweeps,
Kendrick sweepstakes,
of Chappell Roan delivering a very
rousing speech.
Yeah, rousing and speech about how bad the music is. I feel like I'm making fun of her. Though, like, actually, like, at the end of a long day, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert, everyone knows Beyonce won the Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter, which is exactly how it should have gone down. That Billie Eilish record had nothing on Cowboy Carter, and it realistically had nothing, not nothing, but it realistically wasn't even the second best one up for
Charlie.
Yeah, because you also had Charlie up there, and Charlie gave the most banger performance of the night. But yes, Beyonce deservedly took one home. And yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey for Beyonce to get to that point.
Way too long.
It's been a strenuous journey, and it's like, I feel like a very interesting arc after Jay-Z called the Academy out that she finally won it.
I don't even want to start in on the Beyonce thing because I'm going to enter Beyonce mode, and we all know what happens when I enter
Right,
Beyonce
notoriously
mode.
The Beyonce mode, yeah, is well documented. So yeah, we don't need to go in Beyonce mode, especially because any day now we could be in Beyonce season.
You could be in Beyonce like life.
Any day, your whole life could change, and Act 3 could be on DSPs. It could be at Target. You never fucking know. We don't need to go that far down that path. All that needs to be said, honestly, is that to cap off this crazy year, this historic year, this action-packed year, Beyonce finally taking it home, I feel like, is the best climax. And alongside, obviously, with Not Like Us taking it home, because, like, I'm sure a lot of people, you know, maybe even in our audience really wanted fucking Espresso to take it home, which is fine. Like, I get if you're, like, not really that tapped into the whole drama, you know, like, I'm sure maybe you were like, what? Who fucking cares about that? You know what I mean? And that's a valid response, but also you're kind of ignorant, low-key, so.
To put it lightly,
You're kind of ignorant. Yeah, and also if you think Billie Eilish should have won it, you're also, I'm not gonna go that hard, because you're 14, so it's like fine. Like, it's like a 14-year-old. I don't even need to go there. It's all good.
Anyone want to guess whose me I made?
I have no idea whose me this is. I don't know who it is.
It's like really hard. Okay, don't make fun of me, but this is my version of a Björk me.
Oh, wait.
I was thinking about when she performs live, like she, like, especially like in the 90s, she always has like her short like hair down.
That's not even real. Yeah.
Not be talking.
Well, you have to give
song.
your opinion. Well, you're the Beyonce person. You have to tell about the Beyonce.
Listen, if you were wanting anyone other than Beyonce to win, that's okay, because you know what? At the end of the day, we all have different opinions on music. But let me tell you one thing.
At the end of the day, you're 14 and I'm goated.
At the end of the day, though, you are watching for our opinion. So I don't care what you think. Beyonce deserved, because you know what? It has nothing for me to do. It literally has zero to do with Lemonade or Renaissance, or the fact that she's never won it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest,
100%.
dead honest with you, I don't care that she hadn't won it before, because she still deserved it.
And also the big talking point too, and this happened in real life when people are like, oh yeah, but she didn't deserve it for that one. People are just saying like,
No.
By the way, that is never a conversation. If it was the same shit with Billie Eilish, and Billie Eilish dropped something that people didn't like and she had never won before, people would never bring up that talking point. I can't know for a fact because it's not a real situation. So I'll give you that, but it's like, I just feel like people would not bring up that talking point.
Oh no.
And the thing is, she
not.
does deserve it for Cowboy Carter. I think that adds to maybe kind of how I feel like Steadfast and like, yes, she should have won it this year. Because maybe if she had won it like 1 or 2 times before, or even for Renaissance, I'd be more like, okay, maybe Brat could win it. I would be more okay with that. Kind of, oh, it could go either way. Like, I would love for both of those to win.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Brat and Cowboy Carter are equally good. Unfortunately,
but the thing is,
I do think that Cowboy Carter, I think, like, because to me, I don't think there's a big difference in the quality.
No, I don't think
there's
so.
they're very similar in quality. But if I was like, who do I want to see win this like award though? I would say it's gonna be Beyonce.
100%.
It's hard because like I
100%.
would not feel like
I just feel like the work has been put into that record. It gets so detailed. The thing about Brat, it depends on the day. Like which one I prefer. I could go kind of either way on it, to be honest with you. And that's why I'm like really like, okay, Beyonce has to win it. Since I don't really have a huge difference in opinion between them, and Beyonce's kind of storied history with this type of situation, it makes me feel more like she should win it. I don't know. Depending on the day, it's really just like, I don't know. Like to me, they're very similar in quality. Like if you ask me today what I think is the better record, I couldn't even tell you. It's such a hard conversation.
The God's honest truth. I'm gonna tell you that it's. Oh, that is so hard.
Yeah, I know you can't pick it.
Because listen. I have this really strange thing. Like when I wake up in the morning, I already have a song playing in my head. For some strange reason, I always wake up with a Cowboy Carter song stuck in my head. I don't listen to it every day, but like it's so strange. It's always Cowboy Carter. I don't know what it is in my subconscious that is like bring her out. With that being said, whenever I hear 360 or Sympathy's a Knife, I do go feral. So there is that to consider as well.
I feel like the thing about Cowboy Carter is it's like watching The Lord of the Rings and then Brat is like, it's just like watching like, I don't even know, I'm trying to think. Like of a movie that's just like really fun to watch. But it just like hits all those right, notes and shit, but it might not be like especially the most like deep shit of all time. Yeah. Cowboy Carter is like an epic. And versus Brat, which I feel like is very more subdued, you know what I mean, in terms of its scale. Go either way though. It's like they're kind of impossible to compare. Definitive statement though, the thing I do know is that yes, Cowboy Carter should have won. 100% in my opinion.
I agree.
Totally gets my cosign, 100%. The best way to finish this whole shit out. It's really stupid that people have to make this big deal about Billie not winning and shit and being like she worked so hard. It's like all these even Jacob Collier,
everyone
who
works hard,
relentlessly hated on, worked hard on this terrible record.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like say he didn't work hard.
That's not a metric. That's literally the same thing as people who criticize Beyonce. Oh, is it just because she never won? Like, is that the only reason why? It's literally the same situation where it's like, oh, she worked hard. Open your eyes, bro.
A great take.
Open your eyes. And I know it's all 14-year-olds, so I know. If you're gonna get pissed at me about the Camilla thing that we said earlier, bro, you are a mega loser. I'm sorry. Crazy to have 2 Drake features post Not Like Us, bro. Crazy look.
Yeah, literally.
That like, only Camilla would do.
She jumped on the worst time. Like
that, yeah, like only Camilla would do, just for the record. But anyways, that is the recap. I don't think there's anything that we really missed. We looked at the Rate Your Music chart. We talked about Kendrick and Drake. We did the Grammys. We did this. We did that. I'm happy with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we covered the most like important things I think you need to cover.
I feel like this was like the full pandemic era recovery. Like we're so far past that.
The current state.
Well, right now it feels like we're still in the pandemic era. It feels like we literally regressed back to that, so.
At least we have Jessie Ware _ Kim Petras and Olivia Rodrigo here to save us.
That's true. It's weird that we have the hyperpop rebirth, or like not really hyperpop, but like the people who are big from hyperpop come back this year, Kim Petras is like, yeah, like _ yeah, I don't know, crazy shit. Leroy coming back. Okay, let's get this shit done. All right, bye.